Good day. Welcome to Full Circle with Nona Black TV. Going to get into some trending topics today. Of course, we know that the Israeli and Hamas conflict crisis is still going on, so going to touch on that, and then we'll continue. Thank you for watching the videos. You're welcome to like the comment. It does support the channel, and of course, comment. Want to hear your thoughts. We don't have to agree, but all I ask is for that we be respectful in the comments and the chat, and then of course share and subscribe. As we know, the crisis is still going on. Of course, from when Hamas attacked Israel a little more than a week ago now, the war is continuing. At this time, they're saying there's about 2,300 Palestinians that have been killed. Over 1,400 Israeli citizens have been killed, and 29 American citizens have been killed, with approximately 15 missing Americans. And of course, there are some hostages that were taken from Israel that are still missing. As we know, Prime Minister Netanyahu did declare war, saying that they would do all they can to get their citizens back, to prevent continued attacks by Hamas, and they are at this time seeking to destroy. They did issue order recommending that the Palestinian people move from the northern part of Palestine to the south, as they're getting ready to do a ground invasion, which they have been communicating that they would do. I know that they've reported also in the news that the hostages who were taken, that Hamas has been threatening to kill them if Israel does invade. So that is also prevalent and foremost on the leadership of Israelis and Americans. President Biden, of course, has made several statements now in support of Israel, standing with them to supply them whatever they need, assistance, and I believe that they will do that. In my last video, I mentioned that this has been a long time and an ongoing conflict, and there are multifaceted and issues going on. But I did want to kind of go back to summer when it started. In October 1997, Hamas was labeled a terrorist organization. Hamas is a Palestine militant group which has ruled Gaza Strip since 2007. The group is sworn to Israel's ultimate destruction and wants to replace it with the Islamic State. Hamas has fought several wars with Israel in the fight and against Palestine. When Hamas was deemed a terrorist organization, this was some of the things that they listed that they were doing or using acts of terror stuff they were doing. So, and it said that they used explosive devices, imperative explosive devices, the short and long range rockets, propelled grenades. Also, they used a man portable air defense system, and they have anti-tank missiles. They also use cyber espionage, um, to um, attack computer networks and extract data. So those are some of the reasons that they were listed as a terrorist organization, besides the attacks and murder, some murders and killing. Even in this conflict, the people that were attacked, they are accused of heinous acts of uh, raping the older and younger people being kidnapped, as well as the murders. And when they attacked by land, sea, and air. And even when they did that, so Israel is countering and saying they will also attack them back, land, sea, and air. There was a long time ago ceasefire agreement that they had that was negotiated under ex-president Bill Clinton, 1993, with Prime Minister Rabin and the leader of the PLO at that time, Yasser Arafat. They were called the Oslo Accords, uh, while the PLO declared in agreement that the Palestinians would recognize that Israel had the right to exist in peace. Then in the second, they had another conflict in 2000 and ended in 2005, which led to the control of Palestine people over the West Bank and Gaza. And in 2005, Israel, there was another incursion in 2002. Hamas took over Gaza in 2005. There was another war, kind of, fighting with them. And so there's been several times since then. I know when ex-President Obama was in office, they strengthened the Defense Dome to help protect Israel from attacks that would be coming with missile strikes and stuff like that. In an ongoing conflict, many people have been killed. Innocents on both sides. Innocents on the Palestinian side, innocents on the Israeli side. And where he was talking about the Hamas is like the de facto government for the Hamas side. So the Palestinian people are up under their rule. They really don't per se have ability to elect their own government to be able to be self taken care of or whatever. So they are kind of stuck with them as the leadership, and in proxy in this case with what's happening with the conflict now at this time with the things that they've done. A lot of the Palestinian people who may not have known anything about it may not agree with anything that was done. They're being affected by it. Also, the Israelis had cut off water and electricity, and I think I've heard today that they would be restoring back the water. So they're going to try to do that. We have to pray for resolution to the issue. Like I said, that the Bible's being fulfilled. There's been wars and rumors of wars, and the continuing conflict. Between it's going to have to be Israeli and Palestinian people who have to come to an agreement to stop the death, the murder, and destruction. When the Prime Minister Netanyahu declared that it would be war, that they were going to do a ground offensive, I believe that he meant every part of it. He has no intention of stopping. They're going to go into, of course, try to find the hostages and free them, or any other Israeli people who are being held over there. But they're also going to do everything they can toward destruction over that area, so that they won't be able to attack them back. So we don't know how this ends. And I remember a lot of people, it's like, oh, I want to go back to pre-COVID, when time go back. The world will not change from when we had COVID. It's never going to go back to be the way it was pre-COVID. Yeah, there's a lot of variations coming out now, and then it's not, um, with the vaccines and stuff like that, people are still, but do you still having it pop up? You still having hot spots. You still having where people will have to wear masks and stuff like that. It will never be back to the way it was before COVID. And in this instance, I think the world will never be the same as far as going back before this Israeli Hamas attack and conflict. Now, the world won't go back to be the same. Israel will defend itself. America standing with Israel. Our prayers that other countries don't get involved and come in and it be of World War III. But if it does, don't be surprised. Um, Things are at that level of conflict, and people make money off wars. That's just the facts. We have to know that as American citizens, Israeli citizens, Palestinian people. Somebody's still yet making money off of this, making money off the death, making money off the conflict, making money off of um, the the chaos and animosity. So you have to know that um, the regular American or regular Israeli, the regular Palestinian person who is just trying to survive and go about life and want to live peacefully with their neighbor, we're all being impacted. So things will change, and we pray for the American citizens who have been captured, those who have been killed. We pray for their families. Pray for the safe return of any of Americans and Israelis that have been kidnapped and are hostages or being mistreated. That being said, um, it's going to take a I think, country coalition to bring any kind of peace to that, and it won't be anytime soon. And I did want to just touch on a couple of other things. Um, as you know, we still have chaos in the House of Representatives. Representative Scalise had got enough votes to bring, his speakership to get a vote on the floor, but then of course he didn't have enough votes to actually win, so he withdrew his name. So now Representative Jim Jordan, is back, and he's supposed to have enough votes to bring his thing to the floor, but he does not have enough votes to win the speakership. So we are in another week without a speaker. The House is still in chaos. They're still fighting between each other, and the business of the American people needs to get done. The days are ticking by when the continuing resolution needs to be done for more than a week or a month or something like that. The last thing we need is a government shutdown at this time. Israel is at war. America's trying to stand with them. The Iranian people still at war, still trying to, and then our own protection and sovereignty of the United States of America. We don't need a government shutdown, and they can't get themselves together. I pray it's just some moderate Republicans, 8 of them enough. We will have a wonderful speaker if they will cross and work out some kind of bipartisan agreement that they would vote, at least 8 moderate Democrats come across the aisle and vote with Democrats to elect Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. I think Jeffries, he will be a phenomenal Speaker of the House. Um, they can say what they want to say about Republicans and Democrats, but when they had the majority in the House, they did get things done. They did pass the first bill, which was to help with the COVID and schools and disperse some funds to the American people. Then they also did the infrastructure bill. They also did the CHIPS Act. They also did the Inflation Reduction Act, and those bills are working. They are coming out into the community to start impacting manufacturing. It's picking up back in America. The Inflation Reduction Act included some reduction in price of medicines. I'm a person who takes insulin. Even though I don't get the $35 insulin, it did still reduce what I pay monthly for insulin. So that's a benefit to the American people. So these bills being passed, the stuff that they did pass with primarily Democrats, but some Republicans did go on to those bills and pass, and commend them for doing that. That is the bipartisan things that we need to get things done. We need to make sure the government is running. We need to make sure that everything is being taken care of, and then also last thing we need to do for our economy is have a shutdown or have our military out there trying to fight and they ain't getting paid and they can't take care of their family. That's some foolishness. Do your job, do your work, go to work and do your job. Moderate Democrats, if the far right won't act right, come across, I believe Minority Leader Jeffries will be a man of his word. If he agreed to you with something, he will hold to it. They just ask that y'all do the same on your side. That being said, I don't want this video to be too long, but I do want to go back. I did a prior video where I was talking about the Senator Tuberville and where he was holding up promotions in multiple branches of the military. And in that video, I was saying, of course, the importance of, first of all, our military people work hard. They labor years. They don't get promotions easily. It takes, education. It takes time. It takes diligence, showing a lot of times doing the work before you get the promotion. So these people have already put in the work, did the time, and they not getting promoted because he's holding up the thing. And I said back then, I said this is the time he needs to be at. It's been weeks and months that he been holding up the military, and the military leadership telling you're affecting readiness. They've been saying that. This was all happening before. So now we're in the Israeli and Hamas conflict, and he still hadn't let all these military things get out. He's not letting these people get through. And I said in the video, I said, if something happened like a 9/11, partially the blood gonna be on his hands because you're not letting the military be completely ready at its full readiness. And here we are with this. Who's to say that, not to say that they may not have had the intelligence? Who's to say that they didn't? Who's to say they couldn't have picked it up? Who's to say everything wasn't going up the line and going up to the leadership so leadership could be seeing it, and then they not in place because you ain't let the promotions get through? This is some straight foolishness. The American media, the mainstream media needs to be calling him out. It needs to be calling the Republicans out because this makes no sense. And now people getting killed. Americans are getting killed over there, not just Israelis and Palestinian people. I said that in the past video, not saying that he wanted the conflict to occur. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is him delaying the readiness of the military in multiple branches. They didn't have the leadership they needed for the Navy. They didn't have the leadership for the Army person. And when General Milley retirement thing came down, they were gonna be without a person for that until the reporter asked Tuberville, do you realize that he can't stay even if he wanted to stay? He's termed out. Oh, he is? Duh, you the senator. You supposed to know these things. Do your job, man. And get your behind over there and get them people in promotions through and let that stuff be gone through. But you stay out of what somebody got going on with their body. You take care of your own body and stay out of other folks' body. But more importantly, it's our military people. They had nothing to do it's with you, but it does matter that the military people get what they need so that they're ready, so that they can take care of the things they're taking care of for American people, our allies who support us and help keep us safe. We support them, help keep them safe. But our military got to be functioning. We can't have a shutdown and then they not getting paid. We can't have people not getting promoted, putting people in place so they can be overseeing stuff where you got, okay, well, we need to work on this. We need to work on this. Well, I don't have the authority to do it. The person who needs to do it ain't been promoted yet. What is going on? The mainstream media called him out, calling Republicans out. Nobody should be holding up anything with military promotions. This don't make no sense. This is ridiculous. It is beyond what's right and supposed to be American. When you talking about a flag, where's the pride and where's the patrioticness of that? That matters more than flying a flag. Having a proper leadership, supporting the people who are on the ground doing the work and putting their lives on the line and making sure they have everything they need. And you over here on your jackleg self with the government shutdown, you get paid, they don't get paid. Say it ain't so. We got to do better, America. Call your congressmen, call your senators, call the president, call the White House, and get on their butts. We got to do better. We got to do better. Hey, talking about cancer people, getting his DMs, comments, or whatever, Tuberville, and get on his behind. We need our military completely taken care of. We need all these promotions and all that stuff taken care of. We don't need no positions left not covered and done. We about to go into World War III and you holding up promotions? Okay. Sorry, let me calm down. I'm passionate about this. I'm extremely upset. I've had plenty of family that's been in the military. I don't think I have an active member in the military right now, but we are family. Military, you're in the military. You've been in the military, you've been in the military. Your family been in the military, you're still part of the military. That don't make no sense. You got to do better. It's too much for someone to take their time, effort, and put in and sacrifice what they have to do, being away from their families, trying to do what's right, trying to learn a skill, trying to learn a trade, doing everything they can, knowing they putting their life on the line to keep us safe, to do what's right for the American people. And then y'all can't do y'all job? It don't make sense. It's a disgrace. It's actually a disgrace and a dishonor. That's what you want to talk about, the flag being disgraced and dishonored. Tuberville, that's a disgrace and a dishonor, not doing your job and not promoting them people and not making sure they get taken care of and their families taken care of and their children got to go back forth to school. They don't know what duty station they going to. This is Full Circle with Nona Black TV. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you watching the videos. Like, it helps support the channel. Comment. Want to know your comments. You don't have to agree with me. I'm sure you may not agree with me. We can disagree. Just ask you be respectful in the comments. Also, share and subscribe. As always, Full Circle Nona Black TV family, want you to be blessed before we can meet again on another video. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Continue to be blessed.